It is true that a man's character is tested in difficult times. Be slow to anger, and never judge without hearing both sides. This amazing story is an eye-opener for everyone. Please help this channel to grow. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. Let's dive in.
Kelvin, remember the son of whom you are, Mrs. Abigail said, holding his hands tightly as she fought back tears. No matter what happens in the city, do not forget your values. Be strong, my son. Kelvin swallowed hard, nodding. I will, Mama. I promise to make you proud. His younger sister, Anna, hugged him tightly. I will miss you, Kelvin, she said in a shaky voice. I will miss you too, Anna. Take care of Mama for me, Kelvin said, rubbing her back gently. Uncle Donald tapped his foot impatiently. Let's go, boy. We don't have all day. Kelvin threw one last glance at his mother and sister before stepping into the car. As they drove off, his heart was heavy. He had never left his village before, but he believed going to the city would change his life for the better. Little did he know, he was walking into a nightmare. The moment they arrived in the city, Kelvin marveled at the tall buildings and busy streets. He imagined himself wearing a school uniform, carrying a bag, and walking into a classroom filled with students. But that dream shattered quickly. You didn't come here to waste my money in school, Uncle Donald said. You will help around the house first. When I see that you're serious, then we can talk about school. Kelvin nodded respectfully. Yes, sir. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Kelvin cleaned the house, washed the cars, ran errands, and even took Uncle Donald's kids to school every morning. Whenever he asked about his own education, Uncle Donald would wave him off. Do you think money grows on trees? You should be grateful you have food to eat. Kelvin worked tirelessly from morning till night. He barely had time to rest. But he endured it all because he didn't want to disappoint his mother. Uncle Donald's wife, Alice, was a woman of expensive taste. She wore the latest clothes and changed her wigs like she was changing TV channels. But behind her beauty was a dangerous woman. She noticed Kelvin's muscular build and hardworking nature. At first, she would call him unnecessarily. Kelvin, come and rub my feet. Kelvin, massage my shoulders. Kelvin, help me zip my dress. Kelvin always found an excuse to escape. He felt uncomfortable with the way she looked at him. One day, Alice cornered him in the kitchen. Kelvin, she whispered, touching his chest, you're a fine young man. Don't you want to enjoy yourself? Kelvin stepped back immediately. Madam, please, I respect you and uncle. Alice scoffed. Respect? What has respect given you? Your uncle treats you like a slave, yet you remain loyal to him. I cannot betray my uncle, Kelvin said firmly. Alice narrowed her eyes. You will regret this. From that day on, she made his life miserable. She would insult him in front of visitors, spill food and make him clean it, and even wake him up in the middle of the night to run errands. Kelvin suffered in silence. One evening, Uncle Donald returned home looking furious. He stormed into the house and pointed at Kelvin. You evil boy, after all I have done for you, you dare try to destroy my home. You are a disgrace. How dare you try to defile my wife? Get out of my house, and never return. Kelvin's eyes widened. Uncle, what are you talking about? Alice pretended to cry. He He tried to force himself on me. She sobbed. I screamed, but he covered my mouth. If not for God, I don't know what would have happened. Kelvin's mouth fell open. That's a lie. I would never do such a thing. Shut up, Uncle Donald roared. Pack your things and get out of my house. Uncle, please believe me. I swear I didn't do it. Kelvin pleaded, but Uncle Donald was blinded by rage. Leave before I kill you. Kelvin had no choice. He walked out of the house with only the clothes on his back. Kelvin sat on the cold pavement, staring at the gate that had just been slammed in his face. His heart pounded in his chest as the words of his uncle, Donald, echoed in his ears. You are a disgrace. How dare you try to defile my wife? Get out of my house, and never return. It was a lie, a terrible, wicked lie. Alice had set him up. After months of trying to lure him into her bed and failing, she had decided to destroy him. Kelvin clenched his fists, biting his lower lip to stop himself from crying. Where would he go? He had no money, no friends in this city, and nowhere to sleep. The only people he knew were his uncle, his wife, and their children, but now, they had all turned against him. His stomach rumbled, reminding him that he hadn't eaten since morning. God, why? He whispered, rubbing his hands over his face. He had left his village with so much hope. His mother, Mrs. Abigail, had been so happy when Uncle Donald promised to send him to school. Kelvin, remember the son of whom you are. Never let anything take away your dignity. And now, here he was, penniless, homeless, and accused of something he didn't do. Kelvin wandered the streets aimlessly, hungry and exhausted. He had no money and nowhere to sleep. He spent the night under a bridge, shivering in the cold. The bright lights of the city, which had once excited him, now felt harsh and unwelcoming. He has never imagined he would be homeless in a city where he had hoped to build a future. As he walked, he passed by a small roadside shop where a woman was selling bread and soft drinks. The smell of the freshly baked bread made his stomach twist in hunger. Kelvin hesitated. He has no money, but his hunger was unbearable. The woman eyed him suspiciously. You better get out of here now, she said. Kelvin's heart sank. He turned away, forcing himself to keep moving. Further down the street, he saw a group of young boys sitting by the roadside. They looked rough, their face hard. They tried to force him to join their group, but he declined. Kevin knew better than to go near them. The next morning, Uncle Donald's children overheard their mother on a phone call with her friend. That foolish boy refused me, so I had to teach him a lesson, Alice said, laughing. The kids ran to tell their father. At first, Uncle Donald refused to believe them. But later that evening, he set a trap. He pretended to be asleep but secretly recorded Alice's phone call. Kelvin is gone now, she told her friend. Next time, I will get a houseboy who will know how to satisfy me. Uncle Donald felt like a knife had been plunged into his chest. He had thrown out an innocent boy because of a wicked woman. Alice, he bellowed. Alice flinched. Honey, what is it? You liar. You devil. Uncle Donald played the recording. Alice turned pale. I can explain. Explain what? Uncle Donald roared. You destroyed a boy's life because of your wickedness. He packed her bags and threw them out of the house. Get out of my house, Alice. I never want to see you again. Uncle Donald searched for Kelvin for days. When he finally found him, Kelvin was sitting outside a mechanic's shop, covered in grease. "Kelvin," Uncle Donald whispered, ashamed. "My son, I am sorry." Kelvin looked up, his face full of pain. "Uncle, you didn't even give me a chance to defend myself. I was blinded by anger. Please forgive me. Come home, let me make things right." Kelvin sighed. "Uncle, I forgive you, but I can never return to that house." Tears filled Uncle Donald's eyes. "I will send you to school, Kelvin. I promise." Kelvin shook his head. "I have found my path. This mechanic workshop took me in when I had nowhere to go. I will build my future from here." Uncle Donald wept, regretting his actions. Lessons to learn: never judge without hearing both sides. Uncle Donald's anger made him punish an innocent boy without proof. A man's character is tested in difficult times. Kelvin refused to betray his morals, even when he was tempted. Hard work and perseverance lead to success. Kelvin did not give up, and he found a new path for himself. Wickedness never goes unpunished. Alice was exposed and chased out in disgrace. Kelvin later became a successful mechanic, proving that no matter how life pushes you down, you can always rise again.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.